How did I get from depressed to who I am today? Because I'll tell you the truth, I was depressed lots of times in my life. When I was 8 years old, I used to concentrate on the things that I didn't have. Like, I wish I was able to have a great connection with lots of other people, and I wish I could do this, but what could I do? You see, I have a choice in my life, and that's the thing I want to talk to you guys all about, is choices. I could either be angry for not having a great friendship, or I could just feel thankful for having a great friendship. You see, I can still do a lot of things at home that I really like to do, which is like relaxing, playing video games, helping my father cook a lot, and chatting with people pretty much online, at school, or out and about, or through phone calling. And to tell you the truth, I have a major connection with over hundreds of friends over the last several years. And I am very glad that I am a really respectful person. Because basically back when I was still attending elementary school, I was mostly a very bad person. Like, I got into trouble a lot by the school principal for being so mean at school. But I tried to change my life back then, but I couldn't because it was still very hard for me to change. It was so tough for me at a young age to change because I didn't know what to do. Even by having adult help on that, it was just tough for me because it just kept going and going with crazy stuff. But back in February this year, I changed my life absolutely, completely, all by myself, with no help from anybody else. I was thinking to myself, you know what, in my sleep one night back in that month, you know what, the only way I could be able to be a respectful person is to not be so crazy and doing all these like weird things that make people uncomfortable. And then once that time came, the next day, I started to change. And then on a Facebook post I made back in February, I made a really big apology to so many people out there. And then that was it. But back then I was so emotional because of how many disappointing things were going on. Like, people felt so uncomfortable for me because how mean I was to them. But the reason why I was emotional though was because I felt bad of how they felt to me. Because they didn't feel happy or, laughing around too much, you know what I mean? All they were feeling back then was they were feeling really angry for some people, or for some others it could be like uncomfortable or just feel a little disappointed. Like, I'm still thinking about that. I can never forget that time, because when I was really mean back in elementary, I put lots of people down. Like, there was so many put downs because of how many people just didn't feel like joyful. But now looking pretty much now, people are just joyful when I'm around them because I'm really respectful. And I'll tell you something, when I do bro hugs, like, side hugs, where I wrap someone around, just wrapping my arm pretty much on their shoulder, pretty much, there's a reason why I do that. And here's why. The reason is I'm trying to be more respectful. I'm trying to be a respectful person. And the only good way I could be respectful is, also a tap on the shoulder. That's another good reason too of why I do that sometimes for some people, girls or boys. I do that because I'm trying to be respectful. So that's pretty much why people have noticed me like that before. But the thing that has helped me to change so much is try to ignore all the bad things that you see happening, like fights or doing things that people say is a good idea, but it really isn't at all. It's always a good idea to talk to a trusted friend like myself, or even a teacher, a school counselor, a school principal, or even your mom or dad. And just talk about the things you struggled with. And also talk about the things that you like to do a lot, but you never had many opportunities to do that. And you might have a plan made from the person you were talking with on how you can move forward with the things that you like to do so much. the one thing I should definitely tell you guys is I am always here for all of you guys. No matter how you feel, I'm always here for you. If you feel disappointed about something, just remember that I am always here for you to talk about anything. We will always have a great connection. And I will always try to make things better for you in your life all the time. And I just really want to say this again, but to all the girls out there, you are gorgeous. You are beautiful, just the way you are. And for the boys, you're the man.